Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello friends and Mom Hilma. I hope we are all given health and strength to get through the day. In this video, my friends and I from Group 14 will present Sociolinguistics material related to ethnographies. The following are some of the contents that will be explained. There are theory of ethnography, varieties of talk, the ethnography of speaking, and ethnomethodology.
Okay, in the next slide, in slide 3, I will explain about ethnography comes from the word ethos, which means nation, while graphy is writing or description, so it can be concluded that ethnography is a description or writing about the tribe or culture of a nation. According to Richard, ethnography is like a study of the life and culture of a society or ethnic group, such as custom, habit, laws, art, religion, and language also. And the sociolinguistic generally involves the recording of naturalistic speech in various contexts. The ethnography of communication help to evaluate the social significance of the material record, materials such as cultural knowledge, how to speak and how to behave in various contexts, and then the ethnographic knowledge about social norms governing linguistic choice in this situation recorded helps to understand them.
Hello, my name is Fazan Rabani. So I will present about the varieties of talk. So there are example of ethnography looking by varieties of talk around the world. The first example is cited from Marshall 1961 research on the people of Southwest Africa, the Kung. The Kung people have certain customs that help them to avoid intergroup disputes. The King Kung are a hunter-gatherer tribe, so cooperation and friendship are needed within the group. Speech is very important to the Kung group to maintain the peaceful social relation, to enable people to keep in touch with each other. Therefore, the Kung have a culture of talking about everything, especially about Thanksgiving and food. They have a type of speech that serves as a dispute resolution, which is shouting to overcome the tension that arises when a dangerous event occurs suddenly. The second example is from Antigua. In Antigua, a conversation is multifaceted as it freely mixes different activities that in other groups will be separate. In Antigua, we are expected to talk to many people. In Antigua, people talk about they have to assert themselves through language. They don't consider interruption as behavior that we will find annoying or even disruptive. Third, the Western Apache have a belief that responding will make things worse, so silence is necessary in their culture. Silence in Western Apache culture is practiced in various instances, such as welcoming children so that children can get used to the presence of others. Silence is starting a relationship as a sign of courtesy. Silence as a means of sympathy after someone dies. Silence in healing ceremonies, and so on. The Western Apache choose to be silent when they are faced with ambiguity and uncertainty in their social relationship. So that is my presentation, and thank you.
Times created an ethnographic framework that considers various factors in speaking, focused on describing the ways people use the language in the real world. The theory uses the word speaking as an acronym to describe the function of ethnography. as refer to setting or scenes, the place in which the conversation is occurring, and focus on finding out what is appropriate in each setting. There are many types of interaction and reaction that people expect when the setting is known, such as the press man it's hot, said outside might just be conversation, but said inside might be a passive way of asking to turn on the AC. Peer refers to participants who can also be involved in speech, event, or conversation. Participants include various combinations of speaker, listener, receiver, or sender-receiver. A two-person conversation involves a speaker and a listener. A political speech involves a sender and a receiver. In a classroom, there are teacher and student who are participants. Even when praying, God is a participant.
Slide 6. E refers to ends, which is the purpose of communication. This refers to the result expected by the participant conventionally or personally. For example, in a courtroom, there are participants such as the judge, jury, prosecution, defense, defendant, and witness who have a different personal goals. To act sequence. Sequence refers to the actual form and action of what the participant says. Sequence refers to speech acts, which are studied in more depth in the study of pragmatics, including comments, excuse, apologize, etc. Refers to key. Key refers to the tone or manner in which a particular message is delivered, such as like hurt, serious, precise, pedantic, mocking, sarcastic, pompous, and so on. Key can be done non-verbally through certain behaviors, gestures, postures, or even mannerism. For example, during a funeral, the appropriate tone is a silence, wailing, said, etc. Thank you.
Slide 7. I refer to instrumentalities. It relates to the tools or channels used, such as speaking, writing, telegraphic, communication, and the specific forms of speech employed, such as language, dialect, code, or register that is chosen. When two people meet and cannot understand each other's communication, they will speak in different languages to ensure the communication can continue. And next is N. N refers to norms, and norms are social rules governing events and the action and reactions of participants. Norms of interaction and interpretation pertain to the specific behaviors and characteristics associated with speaking and how this may be perceived by someone who does not share them, such as loudness, silence, gesture, and so on. For example, there are certain norms of interaction in church services and when conversing with strangers. However, one social group to another, the kind of behavior expected in congregation that practice talking in tongues, or the group encouragement of preacher in others, would be considered abnormal and unacceptable in high Anglican setting. And the last one is G. G refers to genre, and genre refers to different kinds of speech acts, or even genre is linked to clearly defined types of discourse such as lectures, riddles, prayers, and of course genres serve different purposes. For example, when someone is praying and giving a lecture, the genre they use will be different. You can also differentiate genres when someone is gossiping as opposed to lying. You can feel the difference in the genres. That's all from me. Thank you very much for the attention. My name is Agri Katami Aziz. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Slide H. Ethnomethodology is a branch of sociology that, among other things, deals with a discussion that is in. According to Verklock, 1989, composition is one specially common form of skillful action that Methodologists are interested in studying since they look into the creation and interpretation of ordinary activity as skillful accomplishment of social elements. Ethnomethodology can use simple linguistic example to show that we cannot hope to understand other people if we don't share certain background assumption with others. Thank you.
Sachs in 1972 gives an example of the following two-sentence sequence to illustrate the point. The baby cried. The mommy picked it up. Sachs claims that in such cases there is what he calls a membership categorization device that allows us to assign specific meanings to words such as baby and mother. In this case, it is necessary to enter the words into a set such as a baby, mommy, daddy, and not baby, child, or adults consequently. We understand that the baby's mother is involved in the second sentence. Naturally, occurring discussion provides some of the most interesting data according to ethnomethodologists. These interactions shows how people pursue shared goals by saying and doing certain things while refraining from speaking and doing others. They typically don't overtly challenge others, distrust them, demand that they always be logical, or refuse to play a part in sustaining reality. Instead, they adhere to basic norms of collaboration, trust, turn-taking, and other things. In conclusion, the basis of an ethnography is the first-hand observation of a group of people in their natural setting. Speaking ethnography focuses on the participants' language and the cultural practices that are reflected in it. They frequently examine matters of power and identity. Since verbal interactions represent the majority of human interactions, a lot of attention has been paid to the ways in which individuals utilize language in relationships. Okay, that's all from us. If you have any questions, you can write them in the discussion forum. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.